Team Playmakers YouTube here. We're at the San Antonio Regional. What did you do today, QB?
I top 4 at the SA Regional with P.U.N.K Therion-Zombie, and I added some zombie cards for fun.
Okay, how did it work out?
It was really good. I mean, zombie cards kind of do the same. They fill the same roles like the dragon cards, just like extenders, and then just kind of like sending a lot more, I guess, juice for like to keep going, and then just kind of make your P.U.N.K meals just like a little bit more interesting, I guess to say.
Okay. Do you have any matchups you want to talk about or anything?
So today there was a lot of different matchups. My big match was probably I played at least one Sword Soul, one Despia, Drytron, and I think everything else was kind of like random, one of each like type of deck. Most of the decks, in my opinion, are like very okay compared to this. In general, I think the P.U.N.K Therion Brave deck is the best deck, but I just decided to add zombie cards and cut like hand trap and things like that because I don't think the way how diverse the meta is, kind of have the same the right hand trap for right matchups essentially.
Right. Okay.
But I went X1. My one loss today was I didn't draw a tuner, and so ready for the profile, man.
Yeah. Do you want to get shout outs actually real quick?
Shout out to everybody in SA, Hector, Blake, Leonard, Mark. Really big shout out to Kobe Short. He let me see his zombie list, and I got to take I got to use some of the ideas that he has and incorporate them into the list right here. And that gave me a lot of inspiration. So really big shout out to him, and shout out to Epic Cards and Games.
Awesome. Okay, let's get into the deck profile.
So for the P.U.N.K engine, just standard 3 Vitelli, 3 Foxatoon, 2 Xiamen, and Deer Note. With the P.U.N.K Therion deck, I really just wanted to like refine each engine as much as possible to like as small as it was, so that it would still function strongly. And so I felt like this engine was able to, just having this many cards, I didn't think you need Ogre Dancer to see more of Xiamen or anything like that. It's not like I'm playing the fusion engine, so I really want to see Deer Note. I don't want to have to normal summon my Xiamen and use its effect, because when I mill off my P.U.N.K mills, even if I get to that point, I want to still be able to use my temples to activate their effects. For the right engine, just same standard, 3 right, 3 girl, 1 Griffin, and 1 Dracoback, and then 1 Faithful. Engine was really good, really solid. Basically just like getting this out before and then drawing E-Telly or Foxatoon and just keep going. Honestly, Temple of E-Telly is probably the best 2-card combo that's in me right now. These cards, I bought them, so I feel like I had to play them to just get my money's worth out of them. But they're still, even with the zombie package, they were still probably kind of the lower tier of the deck. But they did really good against like the Despia matchup, because I was able to send 1, add Bull, and then I would just go Bull, target Regulus, and then they would have to respond right there with like Brandon and Red, or else I would just negate Brandon and Red at that point. So for the Therion engine, I played 2 Regulus, 1 Bull, 1 Berea, 3 Field Spell, and Argeo system. Like I said before, just wanted to refine it as much as possible. Looking at Avery and Dominic Couch's list, they were able to refine Sabrea down to 1, and then from there I just wanted to go ahead and keep Bull, because I still thought it was a really strong card. But this card really, honestly, didn't really come up that much. These were like the really good ones for me. So that was the Therion engine. And then for the Spice that I played today, just because, you know, it's regionals, I don't like playing cookie color lists. I wanted to have fun. I decided to play zombie cards. So for zombie engine, I played 3 Mizuki, and then for the Tumors, I played Mad Mauler. What he does is he's basically levelier. He targets a level 6 or higher monster, eats his level by 2, special summons itself. While it's face up on the field at that point in time, you're locked into zombie monsters, and then when it leaves the field, you can do it again. It's once per turn. So basically what I would do is I would make Baron eat Baron, then use this with another level 8 or a level 6 synchro to make a zombie cards in my extra deck. And then Baron still just stays at like a level 8, and then you can still work around like that. Shinobi, I was doing something kind of ignorant today. Really what I was doing was going for calamities a lot of games. I felt like right now, not a lot of people are maining Dark Ruler, and like when you're playing your combo, they're just gonna try and hand trap you. So essentially, when you, even if like they hand trap you a lot, if you get to Fiber, Chaos Ruler, and this, they're allowed to play, they get to play 1 card, and it better be Mine, Dark Ruler, Droplet, or else they're not getting to play a card that turn, and then you get your turn back. And then Unizombie and Plague to round out the other tuners. So basically this engine for me subbed out the Dragon engine. I thought the extra deck monsters for the zombie cards were really powerful in a sense, but because you have to play zombie cards, they're not the best, but they themselves are really crazy. So I wanted to try and see what I could do with them.
Top 4 is pretty good?
It's good. It was good. They were really strong. They never like bricked my hand. It's the same purpose like when you would go like Hulk summon Red Rose. You can do the same thing and summon Uni-Zombie. And then if you hit Mizuki, then you Uni-Zombie and Griffin make Baron, and then you bring it back, and then it does the same thing basically. And then for like the extra cards, like the one-offs Called by the Grave, really strong. Foolish Burial. Just more copies. Jet Synchron. This card was really good. Comes up a lot when you come off a Hulk and you have like Regulus in your hand. To Hulk this out, use this and Griffin to make like your level 8 Synchro, like the Chaos Ruler, if we weren't able to get to it earlier. And then you go ahead and Regulus, attach this to Regulus. Fairy Tale Snow, just a good mill card. And then I didn't play any hand traps. I decided bomb cards were just the way to go. And just try to get the card as close to 40 as possible so I can see them as often as possible. I felt like the deck was just better than every other deck. So I decided to just play 3 Droplet and then 3 Dark Ruler.
And how did these cards perform?
Honestly, this one was really good. I didn't see this one a lot. And when I did see it, my opponents didn't draw well enough so where it mattered, and my hand just broke, my deck just broke the board anyway. And so this was really good. I think this card is like, mostly because I get anti-spelled a lot every time I see it, but like post side, I like this card a lot. So this, my main deck's 43 cards. There's not really a card I can think of right now that I would cut, so I think I'll just keep playing it like this for now, and then maybe as the format transforms and people start like playing cards that interact with the Calamities combo, then maybe refine it from there. For my side deck, I played Token Collector. You can send it off Riser, and then Frankentops, just another card out anti-spell. Let's save this for last. And then I didn't side any hand traps. I didn't feel like there was one hand trap that I could side, whether it be Nib or Droll, because those are the two most impactful ones to side going second. I decided I didn't think they covered enough matchups for me, so I decided to just side more blowout cards. 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Evenly. Both of these were really strong. Lightning Storm's really strong. Played against Guy Bricks. Played this. He had to scoop it up his cards because there's nothing else he could do. Evenly was really strong. I really didn't get to resolve it very much, but it was okay. And 2 Twin and Red Reboot. I'm a guy that swears by the fact that anti-spell is not good. It's not like good for the game right now. Everything else is like okay to me. Like you kind of work around with it, but anti-spell is just one of those cards where like if you don't have the immediate card for it, it just kind of hurts. So I played these mini copies. And then for going first, I was sided in this engine, sided in Scythe, 2 Zombie Worlds, and Banshee. So because of the extra deck, you don't have to send Banshee off a Riser. You can actually send it off a Mortal Dragon if you really want to get to it. And then Zombie World turns all your monsters in your graveyard into zombies. And so basically what you want to do is you can either, because of the zombie synchro, you can either bring back Scythe or you can bring back anything else, and also turns your Mizukis into special summon any card from your graveyard. And with the way the deck was working, sometimes you just needed like your level 2 tuners to turn into the level 10, so you just Mizuki out any level 8 monster or whatever worked well, and then you would just bring it out, and then you can just set up a Scythe play by using this to send Riser. And this was honestly really crazy every time I had it. Every time I went first, I decided in just to make sure, and I would basically, you set up the Calamities board, and then right after you Calamities them, you activate a Banshee from your graveyard and then Zombie World them, and then at that point you're able to, you still have more stops if they, for some reason, have to keep going. Extra deck, I didn't set this up well. Riser for my level 7 in Formula. This is for the Calamities play. Like I said, you set up Chaos Ruler, Shinobi Necro, or a level 2 tuner, and then you set up Hulk, and then you bring this out. After they activate their first card, you just make sure, hey, do you have any spell speed 3 effects? Because and then they say no, on resolution, you activate Hulk, bring it out. You draw a card, let that resolve, and then you say, okay, you have any other more spell speed 3 effects? They say no, you say, okay, I'm going to activate my effect to Synchro Summon, and then you Synchro Summon into Calamities. Chaos Ruler, card's crazy. Pega Ruler, whatever you want to call it, luck tech card. This is Zombie Vampire, it's just crazy. Second Nightmare. Didn't come up a lot, didn't play a lot of Despia today, but card's just crazy in general. Baron, Staple, then the Link Monsters, Unicorn, Dark, just for like the Despia deck. I decided to play Asa, whatever her name is. This was the 15 extra deck card. Basically, since I respected the mirror more than anything else, in the mirror, or in general, the P.U.N.K cards are the best cards in the deck. So when they go first, and since I don't have any hand traps, they're gonna full combo me. My thought process was like, okay, I'll draw a board breaker, whether it be Dark Ruler or Droplets, Dark Ruler them, and then if I don't have access to the P.U.N.K engine, then using this or right and this to take their Zayama and then play from there. I thought that was gonna come up. Came up once, but I didn't really get to that part. He had another hand trap. Access code, the card that they put to 1 for no reason. I mean,
Ban it.
you should. I mean,
Ban it.
1 don't matter. And then the card that's been coming up, a Zombie Vampire, and then the reason that I wanted to try the deck out, these are all cards, well, except for this one, that came out in the last set, Defo, Immortal Dragon. So basically, he's kind of like Ding Long, sends any zombie from the deck to the graveyard, and then he gets reduced by that level, essentially. So you send Mizuki, he goes to 2, things like that. Felgran has 2 effects. On summon, he banishes a monster, and then while he's on the field, if you or your opponent special summons a monster from the graveyard, he can negate 1 monster effect on the field. So it comes up when you're playing against like snow and things like that. When they try to snow you, you can just negate the effect. And then Red Eye, Zombie, Dragon Lord. This is how you scythe people with Zombie World up. You send Scythe, and then you use Zombie World, and then this lets you summon any zombie monster on your opponent's turn. So you can bring back Scythe. There are times where you can bring back Baron. There's times where you... So a lot of my combo, whenever I draw well enough to do it, this and use this Felgran, put this in grave basically with a level 2 tuner to make this, and so then on their turn, when I have Hulk up, I'm able to just go special this back if I actually need to deal with something. If they, for some reason, deal with the fact that I can't just synchro into Calamities to banish, and then when I Hulk off, then I still get them to get a monster effect. But usually I just Calamities people because people didn't have the appropriate cards for it. And then the card of the day is how I won every time going first. Wasn't even like, the games were like, okay, but if I get to it, it was game. Like, it was just like, they play their first card, you get 1 card to play, and it needs to be an out to this card. And I don't know if people are too familiar with the fact that you can make this card, so that usually their first card would be like Harpy's Feather Duster, Polyduality, Prosperity. And then you're just like, okay, Resolution. You're not playing any, you're not activating any more effects or cards for the rest of the turn. And then they just scoop up the cards. And that's the deck. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Regional went really well. We are out of here by 7 p.m. Some of y'all may not know, but that's like a great time to be out. But I enjoyed it. Appreciate the Playmakers for the profile. And hopefully I can make it to Chicago and play this again.
Awesome, QB. Thanks for doing the deck profile, first off. Second off, I really hope you're at the next events. Love to see you there.
I'll try, man.
But yeah, good luck with the rest of the format, and have fun, yeah.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Later.